Hi, everyone. We are coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia at the 2024 Global Ethics Summit. I'm Bill Coffin, here with David Earl Smith, and this is the Ethicast. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live once again from Atlanta, Georgia at the close of the 2024 Global Ethics Summit. It's been an amazing 3 days of just nonstop content, networking, learnings from across the board. Everybody who's been in the ethics and compliance community has either been here or they've been logging in on our virtual platform. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience. There's been more content that we can shake a stick at. It's just been astonishing. And one of the great things about this event is the people you meet. And I've had the pleasure of meeting David Earl Smith, who is the Executive Director, Ethics and Compliance at Lilly, and he was kind enough to join us on screen to share his thoughts about the event. So, David, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Bill, for this opportunity to be able to share. And wow, it was tremendous, the learnings here, the networking. So go ahead, ask those questions.
Absolutely. Well, I guess my first question is, the agenda for this event is always rather full. And when I see these things, my eyes sort of swim. Like, gosh, there's so many things I want to go see, so many things I want to learn. Were there any particular sessions or any particular kind of topics you were particularly interested in learning about when you came to this year's Global Ethics Summit?
Oh, yes. Well, one of the key things, we always want to see what the external environment is posing.
Sure.
That way we can go back and take it to our respective businesses and make sure that we can take those learnings, take those precautions, and give good guidance toward our business. But the second part is the AI and the focus on artificial intelligence, governance around it. Hey, it's coming. So we might as well get ahead of it or join in with it so that we won't be behind it. So that was one of the key learnings around AI and some of the governance procedures and policies.
For sure. Is there a particular session you went to where you may have learned something unexpected or you got more out of it than you were planning on?
Oh, yes. And that was, the first one was the board presentation. Like when you're presenting to the board, and I won't forget the 3 points: be relevant, be brief, and be gone. So give the board what they need. They're very intelligent people. Just say it one time, be brief with it, and then no questions, be gone.
Absolutely.
And that will get an invitation back. But also the relevant part is, are we giving our board members and our stakeholders and our businesses the relevant information they need so that they can make informed decisions when it comes to risk mitigation and potential risks that our industries and our businesses would foresee or encounter?
Yeah. Is there a particular learning you picked up from this year's event that you're especially keen on bringing back to your workplace and sharing with your colleagues so that you can kind of fold it into your own ethics and compliance program?
Yes. One of the key insights that many of us as ethics and compliance colleagues recognize is resources. We have to be able to resource the ethics and compliance department. And one of the quotes that I heard from the gentleman that spoke from the Department of Justice said, from quoting Lisa Monaco, and she said, if you invest in compliance now, or you will pay later. And so being proactive, what are the external risks? Hey, can we invest to make sure that we mitigate those now so that we don't on the back end have to pay to try to resolve it?
Yeah. It's often said that compliance can be a lonely business sometimes. And one of the cool things about this event is that everybody gets together in one big space. Were you able to network and kind of meet some folks that maybe you hadn't connected with before and create some of those connections that'll help you down the line as far as sharing knowledge and sharing your learnings?
That was the wow moment, Bill. When we take a look, I'm in one industry, but I had colleagues here from across a host of industries, not only across different industries, but globally from across the globe. Yeah. So we had ethics and compliance professionals, leaders that were here all in one session, and we were able to gain insights and real estate, manufacturing. Yeah. Just a host and a conglomerate of other industries, but yet the principles are the same around ethics and compliance. Are we giving them the information our stakeholders, the information they need? Sure. So that was very important. But also we started sharing just ideas and tossing around ideas. Hey, how are you handling this? How could you potentially gauge this particular risk? So it was just outstanding to hear that, one, I had colleagues that we could share common language, common ground, but also that we could brainstorm on some common issues.
Of course. one of the things that always overwhelms me a little bit coming to an event such as this is you see the agenda. There are breakout sessions galore. You can't see everything. You can't do everything. It's a bit like drinking the ocean, and especially if it's your first time, it can be a little bit overwhelming. Now that you've got a Global Ethics Summit under your belt, so to speak, what advice would you give to somebody coming to this event so they could make the most out of it and really get as much out of it as you have gotten out of it?
Yes, sure can. I would say the first thing is make sure that you plan out those sessions, those peer-to-peer sessions that you sign up individually, extremely valuable. Take a look at the agenda. Make sure that you highlight those sessions that you want to attend, the panel discussions, because they were very insightful. Also, reach out, network with others that are here as well. Make as many connections as you can, because you may need to bounce something off a colleague here or there. So those would be the things I would say if we plan in advance. And then the wrap up would be, hey, follow up. Let's keep those connections alive of those people that we met here. And then the third component, which I guess should have been the first one, is as I look at Ethisphere and I look at Bella and I look at the resources that are offered, there is a host of resources that are in a repository that could help us as E&C professionals better understand the external environment and give good guidance to our business. I was just blown away at the level of resources that are in the platforms for being a Bella member and at Ethisphere.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I guess the last question is a bit of a self-serving one, but would you recommend other E&C professionals to attend GES in the future?
Outstanding. I would say don't miss it. If you have an opportunity to come, please come. You will leave engaged, motivated. We had some fun too.
Oh, yeah.
And also you'll leave informed. So yes, I would say if you have the opportunity to come, please make it a priority. Put it in your budget. Come. You will not regret it.
Well, David, I sure appreciate you sharing your time and your energy with us here today. And I will tell you, and I say this every single year, I think the greatest thing about being a part of the Global Ethics Summit is meeting practitioners such as yourself. You guys are doing so much at your company in the ethics space at large to really move the needle in a meaningful way to advance business integrity, not just for your company, but for everybody. So I just want to thank you for what you do at Lilly and what you do in the ethics economy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bill.
Outstanding.
It's a pleasure.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Well, that's going to be a wrap for the 2024 Global Ethics Summit. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember, if you've been here either live or been attending by our virtual stream, if there's any sessions you missed, don't worry. Most of the content from this show is going to be on demand until the middle of July. So if there's a session you want to take in one more time, something you missed because you're taking notes elsewhere, have no fear. Most of this is on demand. In the meanwhile, we're going to get back to doing what we do best, which is bringing you content to advance the ethics economy everywhere we see. So I'm Bill Coffin signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. And until we see each other again, remember, strong ethics is good business. Bye now.